grand launch of GMB 2026. Good evening, I am Noble Crosby-Annan.
And thank you to all of you joining us on our social media platforms. I am Bernice Abubeidulansa. Here are our headlines.
News360 Headlines is brought to you by Pepsodent Charcoal and Pepsodent Herbal.
EcoBank.
Tonight, 15 suspected illegal miners in custody after a joint security operation caught them digging dangerously close to a school in Obuasi in the Ashanti region.
Also coming up, concerns that power tariffs remain high despite government's recent efforts to ensuring cheaper power sources.
Plus, doctors warn your health could be at risk because of drinking less water when the weather is cool and rainy.
And on the international front, search and rescue operations underway after two firefighting helicopters crashed in Greece while tackling wildfires.
Welcome to the broadcast. We're live also on our social media platforms at TV3 Ghana. We'd love to hear from you and get interactive with you. Let's settle for the details of the stories.
Right, Crosby. Now, a joint security operation on Saturday, August 1, 2026, led to the arrest of 15 suspected illegal miners operating dangerously close to the Sanso Methodist Primary and Junior High School in the Obuasi municipality of the Ashanti region. This follows a whistleblower report that alerted authorities to the illegal mining activities. Joining me for more on this via Zoom is Captain John Jaberi. He's the Ashanti Regional Security Coordinator. Grateful for your time this evening, Captain. Just furnish us with more details about the specific intelligence that led to the arrest of these illegal miners.
Good evening to your viewers and your listeners. I think yesterday there was a viral video that went around the social media. So I think approximately around 10:30 a.m., the regional minister sent me a video of a Rasus post on the social media platform that there was a illegal mining going close to Sansu MA Primary and GHS in Obuasi. So quickly, we detached our team at Obuasi to confirm whether the video was true. Since they confirmed it was true, quickly a team of national security, NIMOS, and then soldiers from 4BM were dispatched to the location. So approximately about 1:30 p.m., we got to the location. We were able to apprehend about 15 suspects. We got 3 excavators from the location. We were able to arrest the kingpin or the owner of the site at that place over there. So quickly, NIMOS directed that those suspects should be handed over to the CID headquarters in Accra. So dawn of yesterday, they were dispatched to Accra, and currently they are in the hands of the CID in Accra.
And how long were these miners at the site?
Per our preliminary investigation or interrogation, I think they have been there for about 2 weeks. That's what they confirmed. They were there for about 2 weeks.
Right.
And apparently, because the schools were on vacation, that's why they were not able to. Nobody was able to report early. The schools are currently on vacation, so I think that's how possible they were there for 2 weeks before we were able to go outside of that information.
Help us understand where the school is situated in the community, because yes, schools are in vacation, but there are members of the community, there are local government officials. Is it the case that the school is located in an isolated area?
Not quite, but it's quite isolated. But as I say, it was a viral video of a citizen from that town that got to the attention of Erastus and other social media people. That got to the attention of the regional minister, and he sent it to the team to go and arrest them. So it's sort of like people didn't know. So a consensus they knew, and he made a video about it and posted it, and it goes to the attention of Erastus and subsequently to the task force to go and apprehend them.
Obuasi is typically a mining town, and we know that there have been concerns of illegal mining and some locals taking advantage of the fact of gold deposit in the communities. What has NIMO's work in the area been like so far? Are you still on the ground, or you're just relying on tip-offs and videos of this nature from residents of the area?
Currently, NIMOs are on the ground, but such areas as build-up areas or hideouts is difficult for them to know. So we depend on whistleblowers, people who give us information, informants and stuff like that. So this is what just happened, like somebody give us a whistleblower about what was happening over there and move there. But I must be quite frank that in Ashanti region, NIMOs have done a tremendous work, especially within the forest reserves, the water bodies. And most of the time, when it gets to built up areas like this, if we don't get somebody to let us know, it's quite difficult for us to get to wind of it. But the most important part is that as soon as we are elected, within 2 hours, we'll be at a location to apprehend the suspects. That makes it quite unique.
And finally from me, Captain, what is happening to that site as we speak?
Currently, the regional minister's attention has been drawn to it. He has ordered that reclamation efforts to continue before the students get back to school. So on Monday, the regional reclamation team will be going to assess the site, and then they'll subsequently try to close or refill the area back to its original position so that the students don't get hurt when they return back to school.
We'll leave it here for now. Grateful for your time this evening. That's Captain Jabiri. He is the Ashanti Regional Security Coordinator, giving us more details to that. Rather disturbing news of some illegal miners arrested working around a school premises. We'll be following up keenly on investigations and furnish you with further details.
Now, still on mining, residents of Abosso and Bompieso in the Western region, they are resisting a proposal by Global Ghana Ore Mining Industries Limited to take over 3 community-owned cooperative mining concessions. Now, the communities warn the move could destroy livelihoods, weaken local businesses, and trigger social unrest if approved.
Chiefs and residents of Abosso and Bompieso have petitioned the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Ama Kofi Boah, to reject a proposal seeking to transfer the Bompieso, Gangway, and Fanti Mines cooperative mining concessions to Global Ghana Ore Mining Industries Limited. The petition argues that the cooperative mining model has become the backbone of the local economy, providing employment and driving infrastructure development across the 2 communities. According to the petitioners, replacing the cooperatives with an external operator would strip residents of their ownership of the mineral resource and reduce community participation in decisions affecting their future. They warn that the proposed takeover could result in widespread job losses, particularly among cooperative miners and thousands of people who depend indirectly on mining activities for their livelihoods. Food vendors, transport operators, equipment owners, mechanics, gold buyers, traders, landlords and other small businesses are also expected to feel the impact if mining income within the communities declines. The aggrieved miners from Abosso and Bompieso, clad in red, hit the streets of Abosso to protest the alleged takeover of the mines.
On the long-term race, if not carefully managed, the takeover could result in higher unemployment, reduced local economic resilience, increased social tension, loss of community participation in natural resource management, greater dependence on a single external employer, and there will be slower local economic growth.
The chiefs and people of Abosso and Bompieso are therefore calling on the Lands and Natural Resources Minister to reject the proposal outright.
Honorable Minister, for emphasis sake, we respectfully request that you reject the proposal outright and conduct a thorough investigation into the matter. We, the chiefs and people of Abosso and Bompieso community, stand firmly united in our opposition to this proposal, and we urge you to protect our community's interests.
Assassin and anonymous dia. The good woman aban oiden oshedo. Na mayel kekwen na no abande assassin na de obetu egudina woman na asonte. Yes, sir, I know what they are about. What's saying Betunko? One junior man for your crew. One junior Puntu another account. One junior how I been ya. What's say I was what I'm on Betu. Na say na no me no mo hwe no wode mo no metu a na say man fo sola ne ehwem ne wuda mpa ma ba ne edi don di ya yan support abanda oba edema no kra wo yekrum ha.
The miners insist they remain united in protecting what they describe as a community-owned economic lifeline. The petition places the future of the Aboso and Bompieso cooperative mining concessions firmly in the hands of the Lands and Natural Resources Ministry. For the affected communities, the decision will not only determine who mines the concessions, but also shape jobs, local businesses, and the economic future of thousands of residents.
Well, let's get more on this and speak with Parkwesi Shandov, is a spokesperson for the Ministry of Lands. Parkwesi, good evening to you. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's get the facts straight first. What exactly has the ministry approved? Is it for Global Oil to take over the entire Aboso Bompieso lease, or for specific areas previously occupied by these community miners?
Well, so first off, it's important to put on record that the entire proposition or idea of cooperative mining is one of the core considerations, or if you like, priorities of the ministry. And so under the circumstances, the ministry is more likely to uphold that particular proposition. Indeed, we've heard the petitions of the locals. We have examined their concerns, and in due course, the ministry would communicate its final verdict on the matter.
But as we wait for the ministry to communicate its final verdict, what is the situation now as we speak concerning Global Oil's takeover?
Well, so like I indicated earlier, there are two sides of the issue. There is the interest of Global Oil, and there's also the interest of the locals. So all of the competing interests will be rigorously assessed, and then a finality will be put to the issue. But I can say on authority that if you examine the approach by the ministry in addressing the menace of illegal mining, you realize that the provision of responsible cooperative mining and skills development program sits at the heart of the ministry's considerations. Therefore, it may be safe to say that safeguarding the interests of the cooperative miners will be the way to go. But the ministry would finally communicate on the matter as we progress into the new week.
Parkwesi, I'd love it if you could answer my questions directly. So, the fact is that the residents of Aboso, they are resisting this move into the area that they say is supporting the work that they do. They are afraid of losing their jobs, amongst others. Now, Global Ghana Oil, they also say that they legally acquired this broader Aboso Bompieso large-scale mining lease. What I'm asking is, from the position of the Lands Ministry, what is the situation? Is Global Oil taking over the work that they are supposed to do? What is the agreement that has been reached between Global Oil and the Lands Ministry?
Exactly. I've not been evasive, I've not been evasive in my responses. Neither am I getting the question. I'm saying that the residents have tabled a proposition to the minister, and their demand or their request is very lucid and clear. That the minister rejects the idea of the entirety of the concession being given to the mining company. The matter is currently being considered and thoroughly examined. So the ministry would formally communicate in that respect. But I am saying that when it comes to cooperative mining, it remains a core, if you like, objective of the ministry. And because of that, one may want to say that that could be the outcome in the final determination. But let's wait and just listen to what the minister and the minister himself would say in the coming week, because it's an issue of concern and the ministry has taken notes accordingly.
Parkwesi, before you take leave of us, there's also the concern that the chiefs and community leaders in these areas were not consulted before this lease was transferred. What is the truth in that?
Well, again, like I'm saying, in the ministry's communication, all the relevant issues that have to be answered with respect to communal engagement and indeed all relevant attendant matters would be adequately addressed. And so maybe we should just hold our horses and await the final communication from the ministry in respect of this particular matter.
I guess we'll have to hold our horses then, so that we'll be able to know what the real truth is. Parkwesi, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us. Parkwesi Shandov,
right, the pleasure is so much.
For the Ministry of Land, speaking with us there.
Away from mining, as thousands of students graduate from universities each year, concerns are growing that many prospective students remain unaware of the full range of academic programs available to them. And that's why experts are calling on tertiary institutions to rethink how they market their courses, arguing that greater visibility could help bridge the gap between education, industry needs, and career opportunities.
Graduation ceremonies often celebrate years of academic achievement, but beyond the gowns and certificates lies a growing conversation about how universities attract and guide the next generation of students. According to Professor Lord Mauku Yevuga, coordinator of the certificate program, many tertiary institutions need to do more to promote the diversity and relevance of the programs they offer. He says stronger communication strategies are essential to helping prospective students make informed academic choices while ensuring universities remain responsive to changing workforce demands. The remarks were made at Salt University graduation ceremony for the maiden cohort of the Executive Certificate in International Relations and Diplomacy.
The Masters and PhD in International Relations and Diplomacy, then Leadership and Management. These are courses that are very relevant. If you look at international relations and diplomacy, that's an area that we don't actually have a lot of people who are career professionals. Diplomacy is no longer just going to represent your country abroad and drink tea and coffee and eat cookies. It's now about understanding the complexities of geopolitics. And that is why there's a need for people to train in that area. People become leaders without going through any rigorous training. And that's what SALT is offering. So there's a market for our courses from SALT.
The call underscores the university's renewed commitment to combining academic excellence with stronger public engagement and greater awareness of its academic programs.
And now, the president of the Ghana Institution of Engineering has also been speaking. Engineer Ludwig Annan-Hesse says despite gains in Ghana's power sector, electricity tariffs remain high. He says the shift to gas-powered generation is a positive step that could reduce the cost of electricity for households and businesses.
Government is pushing reforms to stabilize the power sector, tackle debt, and expand electricity access. With concerns over power supply persistent, authorities are tightening financial controls, attracting investment, and advancing a gas-to-power strategy to improve reliability and reduce costs. President of the Ghana Institution of Engineering, Engineer Ludwig Annan-Hesse, says investments, including a 1,200 megawatt power plant, have strengthened the sector. He, however, insists electricity tariffs remain high.
The power sector appears to have improved slightly, and it's mainly because of the investment that has been made previously into the power sector. The move to gas, that gas-powered power generation systems will be used is a good policy, because these are all going to reduce the unit cost of electricity to the household and to industry. And I'm happy that in the 1,000 megawatt power generation plant, they are trying to cut down costs by buying the equipment directly from the manufacturers rather than from third parties, which reduces costs.
Meanwhile, Engineer Hesse says Ghana's maintenance culture lags behind the power and aviation sectors. He describes the maintenance of few roads as inadequate and calls for routine upkeep.
The road sector is horrible at that. Routine maintenance are activities that you do several times in a year on the road network. Every kilometer of the road network should receive routine maintenance every year. Sometimes, and there's not just one activity. On the highways, we are cleaning the bush that grows on the side of the road. You should be cleaning like 2 or 3 times every year. The ditches on the side of the road should be cleared, so that, and the shoulders should be leveled, so that when water falls on the road, it can go into the ditches and go, so that the road can be preserved. If you are not doing it on all the road networks multiple times in the year, then we are not doing good maintenance.
He warns that without proper maintenance, even newly constructed roads could become death traps.
Road safety is horrible. Every day, about 10 people die on the roads. We are doing roads, and it's horrible. Something different. And when we finish all these works with the roads are tarred and all those things, and the speed will increase, more people will be killed. We have to be doing some major investments into road safety. We are killing too many people.
Beatrice Soa, TV3 News, Accra.
Well, our throats get dry and our bodies require a lot of water on hot, sunny days. But on rainy days or during the rainy season, many of us drink less water simply because we don't feel thirsty. Health experts say that can increase the risk of dehydration. In this Explainer, Christabel Trevor breaks down why staying hydrated is just as important during the rainy season.
When the weather gets cooler, many of us drink less water simply because we do not feel thirsty. But cooler weather does not mean the body needs lesser water. In fact, controlled studies have found that exposure to cooler conditions can reduce the sensation of thirst by as much as 40%. That means you may not feel the urge to drink even though your body is still losing fluids through urination and other normal daily activities. So here are a few easy ways to stay hydrated without thinking too hard about it.
People shouldn't drink water because they are thirsty, but drink fluids or beverages or liquids because your body actually needs it. Our body is made up of about 70% water. All the chemical reactions, metabolism, or metabolic reactions, they need water. The kidneys need water to excrete the toxins in our body. So if you are dehydrated, technically, you don't have much to excrete the toxins. So when you drink water because you are thirsty, it means that you have become a bit dehydrated. Whenever you have the urge to drink before you drink, it's possibly because you are already in a state of dehydration. So make it the first, you wake up in the morning, whether you are thirsty or not, just drink water. Have water bottles around you in your fridge, in your car. Just drink it liberally.
International reference values put adequate total daily water intake at about 3.7 liters for adult men and 2.7 liters for adult women. But that includes water from food and other drinks, not only bottled water. Thirst is an important warning signal. Taking small sips through the day can help prevent you from falling behind your fluid needs.
The first point of call would be the kidneys. Your kidneys actually are your filtering organs and they need to filter using water. A continuous habit like that could eventually lead to your kidney suffering some kidney damage. Your blood pressure, all these things, some way, somehow has a certain connection with the volume of blood in you. So you realize that people get so dehydrated, maybe through sports, and they don't replenish it and they collapse because the blood pressure could also drop drastically because your blood volume has also gone down because of dehydration.
Did you know that some fruits and vegetables also contain some large amounts of water? Well, fruits like cucumber is about 97% of water, while watermelon is approximately 91% of water. In fact, the mango I'm having right now also contains some amount of water. Tomatoes, oranges, and other fresh fruits can also contribute to your daily fluid intake. However, health experts say there is no single quantity of water that is suitable for everyone.
With the fruits, the added advantage is that they have a lot of antioxidants in them. So taking watermelons, oranges, they have added value. But when it comes to hydration, water it is. But when you have fruits as well in a day, I mean, if you have 3-4 servings of fruits in a day, it's not bad at all. We sometimes talk about drinking as much as, having as much as 3 liters of water, minimum of 3 liters of water. You can do more. But in a day, you shouldn't go less than 3 liters of water, be it in water directly or getting it from other sources. So 3 liters would be about 12 cups of water.
Ghanaian health data studied between 2012 and 2018 showed slight increases in reported diarrhea cases around June and October periods that overlap with parts of the country's rainy seasons. But how can someone know that he or she is becoming dehydrated?
These research will pick up the fact that you are dehydrated and you feel it as a human being that I'm thirsty, I need water. Sometimes you realize that the person's tongue become a bit coated. So you open the mouth and the tongue is a bit coated, means that the person is dehydrated. And sometimes the person loses skin turgor. So, I mean, when somebody is dehydrated and you try to pull on the skin goes back a bit more slowly than if the person is well hydrated. You pull the skin and then it just bounces back into place. Then the person is well hydrated. And again, in terms of urine, when a person is so dehydrated, the urine begins to look a bit more concentrated, so that they go to urinate and they will see their urine as almost getting a bit darker, like very yellow. There are some other things that can cause a person to be dehydrated. For example, drinking alcohol. Alcohol alone makes people urinate a bit more. So yes, even though it's good to urinate a bit more, technically you become dehydrated.
So the next time the rain starts falling, do not allow your water intake to stop. Keep water close by. Drink regularly, include water-rich fruits in your diet, and pay attention to your body's warning signs. Staying hydrated is one of the simplest things you can do for your physical and mental well-being, whatever the weather may be. Christabel Success Trevor, TV3 News, Accra.
Now, from health to environmental protection, calls have intensified for government and the Forestry Commission to ensure greater support for rangers over the expanding role in protecting biodiversity, managing ecosystems, and strengthening conservation partnerships as the country marks World Ranger Day.
World Ranger Day is observed annually on July 31st to pay tribute to rangers who have lost their lives or suffered injuries in the line of duty against poachers and environmental threats. Established in 2006, it marks its 20th anniversary this year with the theme Rangers, Guardians of a Changing Planet. Each year, over 150 rangers reportedly die globally while protecting parks and wildlife. Speaking at an event organized by the Moli National Park to celebrate this year's World Ranger Day, Regional Manager of the Moli National Park, Ali Mahama, said modern rangers were no longer limited to traditional protection duties, but also contributes to ecosystem management, biodiversity monitoring, visitor safety, environmental education, and engagement with communities surrounding protected areas.
Our work as rangers is more important than we ever thought. Every day, rangers work very hard to protect our wildlife, to protect our forests, and to protect our natural resources from threats such as poaching, bushfires, illegal logging, and human-wildlife conflict.
He expressed concerns over the issues of inadequate staff and logistics, which affects their operations.
Every year, 150 rangers die in the course of their work. Just this year, 2026, 2 rangers passed on or were killed in the course of their work in Ghana. We want to take this opportunity to call on the government to increase the number of staff in the protected areas, in the national parks, especially Moli National Park.
Speaking on behalf of rangers at the Moli National Park, Assistant Law Enforcement Officer at the park, Benjamin Kwesi Agbeno, appealed to government to increase the number of rangers and provide adequate logistics to support the work of rangers.
In Ghana, the work of a ranger is not easy. We face armed poachers, dangerous wildlife, bushfires, illegal loggers, and many other threats. We walk through thick forests, cross rivers, and patrol in difficult weathers. Sometimes we do this with limited equipment and resources, Yet, we continue because we know the importance of our mission.
Some rangers and other partners who distinguished themselves in line of duty this year were awarded by the pack.
Still watching News 360. Let's bring you some other stories now. Every year, thousands of people disappear into exploitative situations disguised as opportunity. Human trafficking continues to rob men, women and children of their freedom, making it one of the world's most persistent human rights violations. As we observed World Day Against Trafficking over the weekend, attention is once again turning to the hidden reality of modern slavery and the thousands of people still trapped in it. Safwa Boahin has the rest of the story.
The promise is almost always the same: a well-paying job abroad, a better life, a chance to escape poverty. But for many, that promise ends in exploitation. Instead of opportunity, they find themselves stripped of their freedom, forced into labor, sexual exploitation, child marriage, or debt bondage. The Global Slavery Index has estimated 50 million people worldwide living in modern slavery, 28 million in forced labor, and another 22 million trapped in forced marriages. In Ghana, about 91,000 people are living under conditions of modern slavery. Behind every number is someone whose freedom has been taken away.
Usually, due to poverty, economic hardship, children can be vulnerable. The youth can be very vulnerable, and it's important for the parents to keep an eye on their children as they grow, especially as they grow into teenagers, because as their needs increase, there's a likelihood of them falling prey to traffickers. Parents need to keep a close eye on their children, try to provide for their needs if they have work, encourage them to work hard and maybe learn a trade so that they can work alongside their studies.
Unlike the slave trade of centuries ago, today's traffickers do not use chains, they use deception. Fake job offers shared on social media and online platforms lure victims with promises of lucrative employment overseas. By the time many realize they have been deceived, their passports have been seized, their movements restricted, and their lives placed under someone else's control. Children are also among the most vulnerable, often pushed into dangerous work on fishing lakes, farms, and mines because of poverty. Women and girls continue to bear the greatest burden.
It's difficult for individuals to distinguish between a fraudulent platform and a legitimate platform. So, these people who go onto these platforms are usually deceived, and that they accept jobs that are fake and end up being exploited when they arrive at their destination. So yes, through online platforms, also through some of these social media platforms as well, and also the fact that there are cultural influences. People talk about Sakawa. They glamorize these online scams, so it's almost like a good thing to deceive someone and exploit them for labor or sex and take money from them.
While Ghana has laws to criminalize human trafficking and other forms of modern slavery, advocates say enforcement, victim support, and public awareness must be strengthened if more lives are to be protected.
There should be more trafficking investigations, prosecutions. I think the anti-trafficking unit have limited resources. They need funding to carry out their work effectively. They need more resources to help the victims, maybe to provide shelters for them while their cases are being investigated and heard in court. More support, financial support for victims, when they come out of this situation of slavery. Support to rehouse them, rehabilitate them, get them to reintegrate into society. So the government can do more, and maybe more stringent penalties. At the moment, I think the minimum sentence is 5 years, but maybe can be even harsher than that. Education, sensitization, joint programs with the government agencies, various stakeholders coming together, organizing events. Like last year, we had this 10-year anniversary celebration where all the stakeholders came together, organizing workshops. Yes, all these programs help to educate people, and education is prevention.
Modern slavery may no longer wear the face of history, but the message is clear. Exploitation thrives in silence, and ending it begins with awareness, vigilance, and collective action. Safwa Boahin, TV3 News, Accra.
In more stories tonight, the overlord of the Wala traditional state, Wana Fuseni Sidu Pelpo IV, has called on government to urgently intervene to address multiple challenges confronting the Wa Municipal Hospital that they are affecting quality healthcare delivery. The hospital is facing a number of challenges, including inadequate equipment, staff shortages, and poor infrastructure, which is making it difficult to provide effective care to patients.
For more than a century, the Wa Municipal Hospital has served communities in the Upper West region. But behind the hospital's long history lies a growing crisis. Hospital management says many of its medical equipment are more than 3 decades old and have exceeded their operational lifespan, resulting in frequent breakdowns and high maintenance costs. According to the medical director, Dr. Bukare Zakari, obsolete equipment at the mortuary, neonatal intensive care unit, laboratory, theater, dental unit, and sterilization department continues to hamper quality healthcare delivery.
Some of the equipment have overgone their lifespan, and we have to always use high cost of maintenance to be able to maintain service to go on. An example is our mortuary, our CSSD equipment, our incubators at the NICU, our dental chair. So that tells you that when it reaches at that point and you are even using them, you will not get the quality results that you need to be able to take a decision.
The challenges go beyond medical equipment. The hospital buildings are riddled with cracks, leaking roofs, and an electrical wiring system that is more than 50 years old. Management says unstable power supply and outdated wiring have damaged several computers and medical devices, while blocked sewage system and broken water pumps have further worsened working conditions. At the hospital's main theater, staff are also grappling with inadequate surgical equipment. Head of anesthesia, Dr. Peter Paul Derry, says the facility lacks a fully functional sterilization unit and has to move suction machines from one operating room to another because of limited equipment. He says the hospital's only working anesthesia machine has also broken down.
It is the anesthesia machine that takes care of everything. But here is the big challenge. This anesthesia machine that we are all looking at is about 16 years old, donated. Management has changed the parts several times. I mentioned the vaporizer and then the canister system down there. It broke down some time ago and management changed it up to a tune of 90,000. But here we are again. Power board is bent, so there is no light passing through the machine.
It's on the backdrop of these challenges that the overlord of the Wala state, Nafuseni Siedu Pelpo IV, through his delegation, appealed for agent support from government after visiting the facility.
1917 hospital, metamorphosed into a regional hospital, and look at where we are now. We are not making progress. We are rather going back. But the first president of this country told us that forward ever, backwards never. And we are regressing in this modern age of technology. Honorable Minister, get up and help us. We are pleading. We are pleading.
Community members have backed the appeal, saying improved health services will directly impact livelihood and reduce preventable deaths in the area. Hospital management hopes renewed investment in infrastructure and modern medical equipment will improve patient safety and ensure the facility continues to provide quality health care to the growing population it serves. Ibrahim Wangara, TV3 News, Wa.
Time now to bring you the weather updates. Here's what the weather will look like for the next 12 hours.
Weather News segment is brought to you by Syntex Tang.
doorstep of the people.
President of the Bunu Regional House of Chiefs, Osajifu Osadiayo Dr. Ajimambedu II, has shown his support behind the government's drive to decentralize driver and vehicle licensing authority services across the country. Speaking at the sword cutting ceremony for a permanent DVLA office in Domahinkro, the traditional ruler, who doubles as a court of appeal judge, described the project as a major boost for residents who have had to travel long distances to access licensing and vehicle registration services, adding that when completed, the proximity of the office will reduce transportation costs, save time, and improve access to essential public services for people within Doma and surrounding communities. The Domahini stressed that traditional authorities remain committed to partnering government to accelerate development and improve the welfare of citizens.
Here pa nese kaneno wo kwa koje wo ko register car ana eniema wo ho no a obetukwa ne sa 80 kilometers ansa no wa ko sunyane na wa kwa koje na de be de abadoma inkru ya de na kese aseda mama no so a na regional minister so be da wase kire se obetuna konya esu onkyere Nema akasiye nimse wo ye bi fa agire kwane ne nema ene school nema wo sisi de na no ada wo de mampanyine baaye 24-hour market wa ba beye abekuso we suso o de aba ewra mama no so a meda mwase.
Chief Executive Officer of the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority, Julius Nikwe Kote, noted that the authority is fulfilling a national mandate in expanding public services. His statement was reinforced by the Bunu Regional Minister, Joseph Adai Akwabua, who maintains that the project forms part of government's broader agenda to decentralize critical state institutions and improve service delivery across the country. He added that work is progressing steadily on the Shomesu-Amesu Gambia Road, a key transport corridor linking the Bunu and Nahafo regions, after the project was awarded to a contractor.
Mpuntujuma koso ewo Bunu hano ewra menyine bebre saade nanso menhu bidda na nije semba kwa ewra meka ne se ofa masu ho a watia si Gambia kwano de ama contract a Kofi Job asha sie free Gambia ho a oba enche.
The planned permanent DVLA office is expected to bring licensing and vehicle registration services closer to thousands of residents in Doma and neighboring communities, reinforcing government's decentralization agenda while supporting local economic and infrastructural development.
Now, the Anglo-Gold Ashanti Diaprim mine has handed over a $1.2 million 60-bed neonatal ICU to the Takwa Government Hospital in a bid to cut neonatal deaths in the municipality. Managing Director of the mine, Daniel Buedi, says every child deserves the right to survive. Irama Smith has more.
Takwa Insoyem's neonatal mortality rate sits at a staggering 15.21 per 1,000 live births, more than double the national target of 7. For years, an overcrowded makeshift NICU compounded the crisis. Now, Anglo-Gold Ashanti's $1.2 million 60-bed state-of-the-art NICU, complete with milk expression, formula, kangaroo mother care and pharmacy, offers a definitive lifeline. Director of Health Administration and Support Services at Ghana Health Service, Dr. Ebo Hammond, is hailing it as the turning point needed to finally save the municipality's most vulnerable infants.
So every life of the child that we lose, it's a costly life that we've lost. The provision of this facility would therefore go a long way in helping to curb neonatal mortality in the municipality. And I know that it's not only in the municipality, but adjoining towns also.
Speaking on the theme, strengthening newborn care through sustainable partnerships, the Managing Director of Anglo-Gold Ashanti Diaprim Mine, Daniel Buedi, stated that every child, regardless of circumstances, deserves the chance to survive and fulfill their potential.
Every child, regardless of circumstances, deserves the chance to survive. For us, responsible mining means creating lasting value beyond our operational borders. by investing directly in health and well-being of our host communities. As the principal referral facility for this Takwa area, Takwa Municipal Hospital carries a heavy responsibility.
The Western Regional Coordinating Director, speaking on behalf of the Regional Minister, commended Anglo Gold Ashanti Idiaprim Mine for the facility and appealed to corporate Ghana to join the collaborative campaign for the establishment of intensive care units in the Western region.
At this point, I also wish to make a humble appeal to corporate Ghana, development partners, and all well-meaning stakeholders to support the Western Regional Coordinating Council's ongoing campaign to establish this fully equipped intensive care unit at the Takoradi Hospital. That initiative complements the facility we commissioned today. While this neonatal care unit will provide specialized care for our newborns, the proposed ICU at the Takoradi Hospital will strengthen critical care services for patients with life-threatening conditions across all ages.
Irama Smith, TV3 News, Takwa.
The sports news segment is brought to you by Sasso Insecticide Spray and Coil.
Let's do some sports tonight, and former Ghana international Reverend Osei Kofi has called for unity and teamwork in the Black Stars ahead of the 2027 Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers. Now, he believes unity and teamwork will serve as a strong foundation for the Black Stars to end their 44-year trophy drought. He made this assertion at the Brim Honors Legends dinner over the weekend.
I can tell you we have players, but we don't have a team.
How are you?
Because we were helping ourselves, and today's players, the professionals, they are selling themselves using Ghana JC. And this is what, if you are a complete coach, you have to tell the playing body that football is a united front with people, not individual like table tennis. What this company, Broom, have done will inspire some of us to come back and help Ghana to just start winning the Africa Cup again. We got 44 years that we used only 19 years for the four, 63, 65, 78, 82. 19 years, about 44 years now. But I'm praying that from here, something good will come out.
Well, still in sports tonight, the Black Queens of Ghana, they just unfortunately lost their second group qualifying match in the tournament, and you see highlights on your screens.
The back of the net for her third goal of the tournament and the opening goal in this game, and Cameroon take an early lead against Ghana, and she was coolness personified, Marie Ungamanga. And a woman with a very good goal-scoring record. There's another to her name.
Well, it's good that they won their first game in the Women's Africa Cup of Nations. Wish the Black Queens all the best in their subsequent games. That's it for sports. Let's bring you some entertainment news.
Entertainment news segment is brought to you by GTP Lifestyle and Napa Foods. Heaven Black Insecticide Spray and Coil. Powered by 3 Entertainment.
Tonight is the biggest event in the world of entertainment right here in Ghana, and it is the launch of Ghana's most beautiful at 20. I'll take you right now to the Labadi Beach Hotel where that event is happening. Adjoa Noella has more.
It wasn't easy to get Auntie Linda to dance, but ladies and gentlemen, we are right here at Ghana's most beautiful 20th anniversary, and we are switching quickly to the one and only Adjoa Noella on the entertainment news.
entertainment news segment here on News 360. My name is Noella, and of course today I'm not in the studio. I'm coming to you live from hotel where the grand launch of Ghana's Most Beautiful 2026 is happening. And so 20 years of celebrating beauty, culture and excellence tonight promises to be very exciting. And one thing I promise you is by the end of the program tonight, we get to find out the 16 ladies who have been selected through rigorous auditions to be part of this year's competition. But speaking to some of the people that we have here, I am honored to have the general manager of 3 Group, Miss Akofa Bansid, here with me, and she's looking gorgeous. Listen, you don't see her like this often, so if you're here, make sure you take a picture with her and frame that picture because you won't get this again. But you are looking gorgeous tonight.
You, Noella, thank you so much.
How excited are we for 20 years of Ghana's Most Beautiful?
We are extremely excited. It's been 20 years of culture, heritage, and empowering young women. So we are very excited.
Love that. For those who are watching and are definitely looking forward to seeing something tonight, what should they be expecting? We know we're going to unveil the ladies. We get to finally see them, but aside that, what should they be looking forward to?
So I'm sure they can all see the glitz and the glam already. I'm all glammed up. Tonight we're also going to be appealing to even those at home, and then our special guests who are joining us to support the GMB Foundation, which we're setting up on the 20th year to empower more young women.
Love that. One thing we are promising us is going to be exciting, and we should all make sure we stay tuned to our televisions, yes?
Definitely. It's already popping.
Most definitely. So, thank you so much. Please do go inside, enjoy yourself. It's going to be an amazing night. And I have one of our resident judges. Listen, she always comes with a lot of grace and exudes a lot of beauty. Auntie Linda is here with me. Auntie Jane. Oh my God, how can I forget that? Auntie Jane Tunkomeos, it's good to have you here.
Thank you very much.
Always looking like the queen you are with your very beautiful embroidery on your hair.
Thank you.
How excited are you? This time we're celebrating 20 years. It's been a long time coming. How do you feel about being a part of it, and what should people expect from this season?
I think it's an incredible achievement. 20 years is a generation, isn't it? So you can imagine a child that was not born when GMB started, and they've come to meet this. So I want to say congratulations to the entire team, both at APL and TV3. And what should they expect? I think you have amazing prizes, and I think these girls are really blessed. So what am I expecting? 4 things this year. So I'm expecting you to bring your authentic self, but it's not enough to be authentic. You have to elevate it, and as you elevate it, you have to project who you are. And like I always say, if you let me forget you, then you are not doing a great job. And then the final thing is consistency. So be yourself, elevate, that is growth, project yourself, leverage all the special skills you have, and be consistent.
Love that. I'm not going to worry you too much. Please do go inside and have an amazing evening.
Thank you very much.
Thank you too. So we're still here at the grand launch of Ghana's Most Beautiful 2026. Like I say, today is going to be an exciting one. It's a very big deal. And so we're here making sure that we bring you all the excitement from the Labadi Beach Hotel. And I have one of the pioneers. Listen, she's been around for a minute. Auntie Linda, always looking 16. Or should I reduce it to like 12? You know, you're looking amazing. How are you feeling tonight?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for your compliment.
Now it's been 20 years. You've been a part of this very great competition, seeing all the ladies that we churn out year after year and how amazing they go on to do. Now that we're celebrating 20 years, what does that mean to you?
We've seen a lot of beauty, a lot of transformation, a lot of lives have changed and impacted. And so that's what I would say this 20 years has been. I look at the before and the after and what some of the beautiful queens have done with their lives and the impact they have on the society. It's just beautiful.
What are you looking forward to seeing as we celebrate a milestone like this?
To be honest, I haven't thought about it, but after 20 years of all the amazing things they have done, I don't know what to expect. I really don't, but I'm expecting they're going to blow our minds this year.
well, she's expecting the ladies to blow her mind, so make sure that you come correct. Thank you so much. Please do go inside and have an amazing time. I still have a Queen Mother here with me, and I'm just going to pull that pretty shortly, but you're still watching News 360. We're coming to you live from the Labadi Beach Hotel.
There's a lot of glam and excitement ahead of that launch. Much later tonight, we'll be taking you back to the Labadi Beach Hotel. But for now, we'll bring you international news updates. Now, a search and rescue operation is underway after 2 firefighting helicopters crashed in Greece while tackling wildfires. The collision happened west of Athens on Sunday, according to the fire service. Here's what we know so far. Greece is one of several European countries suffering wildfires after a succession of heat waves across the continent. On Sunday, Greek MP Mr. Cassis said that the country is facing extreme weather conditions and warned of extremely difficult days ahead.
Well, this is where we draw the curtains on tonight's edition of News 360. There's always more news on our website, 3news.com. I'm Noble Crosby Annan.
And don't forget that much later we'll be taking you once again to the Labadi Beach Hotel for the launch of Ghana's Most Beautiful at 20. I am Bernice Abubedu Lansa. Thanks for your company. Have a good evening.